Hey, hi, hello, let's play reading catch-up. Ketchup, not the condiment, the thing we do when we've fallen behind. Last week I started the book Guild. Last week I started the book Guild, which I was reading with a friend, and I loved it so much that I went and picked up book 2, and then I went and bought book 3, and I'm gonna be starting that one pretty shortly. Anyways, the reason why I'm saying this is because I only planned on reading this book this month. I didn't plan on reading book 2 and 3, and I have other books that need to get read. I have about 100 pages left in this one, so I'm gonna be finishing this up today. I need to be playing catch up from last week when I thought I was gonna be reading all of these other books and instead was just focused on these. Let's go downstairs and look at the pile of books that I might be reading from this week. Hello, welcome to the downstairs. Why did I not start filming down here? The world will never know. Oh my god. This is the stack of physical books that I set for myself to read over the next 2 weeks. I also have 3 other books that need to go on top of this that are audiobooks or electronic books. I think I already just told you I'm going to be finishing this up tonight, and then I'm hoping to start Crescent City either later tonight or tomorrow morning, and I am going to be definitely giving you guys some thoughts and opinions about this. I have started a bookish TikTok or book talk, as the people in the community like to say, that I am now one of them. And I do a lot of TikToks where I am just reviewing books or reacting to books. So if you want to follow me there, it is Mandolin Reads. I don't know how to share the link yet, but once I figure that out, I'll have it linked down below. Of course, nothing's changing here, but like some more spontaneous videos you might be able to see if you want to see me reacting to books. Past that, I'm also hoping to pick up the 3rd book in the Guild series. This is Gleam. I guess I'll talk about what these books are all about once I get to them more so, but this is the 3rd book, definitely not the final, and I absolutely can't wait to get to it. I'm also hoping to pick up Crown of Gilded Bones. I've been pushing this off for over a month now, so it's time to read this bad boy. I own the audiobook for it, and I probably will listen to some of the audiobook for it, but I feel like part of why I didn't enjoy the second one might have been because I listened to it, and I might not have enough time to physically read all of this book, but I'd like to physically read some of this book to see if it just helps my enjoyment a little bit more. Then I also need to pick up Spinning Silver. This is another buddy read that I am doing this month. I don't have the dust jacket for it. I hope that's not lost somewhere because this is not my copy. Child, you can hear that, right? Should I yell back at them? I'm not gonna yell at my new neighbors. Okay, she's not gonna stop screaming, so we're just gonna film through it. Finally, physically book-wise, Legacy of Steel. I am 300 pages in currently, which just seems crazy ridiculous to me. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna continue reading it. I have the audiobook and the physical book to help make my way through it. This week I will be sprinting with my book club just for funsies, having a great time. I'll be doing lots of reading. I'll be chilling, be hanging out. I don't expect myself to read all of these books plus some graphic novels and audiobooks in this week, but I am hoping to get through as much of this stack as I can this week so that the second week is easier on myself. It's Sunday evening. I ended up not being able to finish up Glint yesterday because graduation party ran long. So I finished it up today. I had to read 130 pages in order to finish it, and I rated it 5 stars. I don't have it here with me right now. It's somewhere else. It was awesome. I loved it. I cannot wait to read the 3rd book. I honest to God want to pick up the 3rd book right now, and I would, except for the fact that then I have to wait until May of 2022 in order to pick up the 4th book. And the way that she left the end of the 2nd one, I don't want that to happen again at the end of the 3rd one. So instead, I do need to pick up some buddy reads because I wasn't supposed to read Glint or Gleam this month. Crescent City. You should have already seen this in the clips from earlier. So I am 65 pages into Crescent City so far. I have about 2 hours now before I'm probably going to go to bed. So I think I'm going to try and read up to page 100. If I get there and I'm feeling good, I'm going to keep reading. If not, I'm going to stop and I'm going to play Skyward Sword and I'm going to have a blast with it. How am I feeling about Crescent City so far? I really don't like Bryce at all, cannot stand her, do not like her. I feel like the story, there's like so much world building right now that like the plot hasn't started yet. I mean, I just hit the big main thing that happens at the beginning of the book. I haven't hit the plot of the book yet, and I'm 65 pages in. Of course, it is an 800-page book. I can't expect too much out of the first even 100 pages, to be honest. It's not something that I'm feeling like, oh, I don't want to read it, I'm not feeling it, I just want to put it down. Like, I'm genuinely wanting to continue reading it. Sarah J Maas has like easy writing and you just kind of get through it, which is nice. But so far, there's really nothing pulling me in besides that. I don't want to make any comparisons to other Sarah J Maas books yet. But when I finish this book, which hopefully will be in this vlog, I'm really going to try to finish it this week. I'm really hoping I will be able to stack Sarah J Maas's series for you all and let you know the order of my favorites to least favorites. Because this is the last full-length Sarah J Maas book I need to read. The only other book or novella I haven't read by her at this point is Court of Frost and Starlight. Whew, so I ended up reading about 135 pages of this yesterday, and then today on my lunch break I read another 30 pages. So I've been using my library's copy, I've been using my library receipt as the bookmark, and I realized last night that it's due back in 2 days, and there was absolutely no way that I was getting through all of this in 2 days. So I went online to renew it, and my library would not let me renew the book because someone else had put a request on it. And so I went online and they had an e-copy, so I downloaded the e-copy, and that's how I read my 30 pages today on lunch. And I just cannot focus for whatever reason. There's something about reading electronically that I can rarely do it. I will say there are some books that I have effectively read e-copies of, and I don't want to say that like I can't do it at all, because I can, but it's just not as easy for me. I was really stressing myself out, so I decided today after work I just went and picked up my own copy of the book, and I decided to get the paperback because my Barnes & Noble had it and it's cheaper, and I like this floppy edition. This is a really nice edition. I also realized now that I own my own copy, I want to annotate this book. I don't think I have my pen that I really like annotating with right here. Where is it? Okay, I think it's upstairs with the last book that I officially annotated, so I'm gonna have to go and find it later, but I'm gonna have to go back and annotate basically the first 20% of the book from memory and then continue on annotating it. The first thing that I am going to be doing is I'm going to go online and I'm going to find a character reference guide, and I'm going to be taping it in the back of the book, and I'm going to have it be able to fold open so that I can reference who the hell these characters are, because I'm a little bit lost with who everyone is and a little bit lost of all the importance of all the different things. I need a glossary basically is what I'm saying, and I'm gonna go find one. I don't like Bryce. I don't like her at all. 0. I feel like this is a really interesting story being told by absolutely the 2 boringest people in the book. I'm really interested in basically all of the side characters. Like, there are a few that I don't have any interest in, but for the most part, I want to know about those people over there, not these people over here. I really like Isaiah. I think he's my favorite so far, but I definitely think he's going to be passed by some of the other characters. I also really like Fury. I don't think her name's pronounced Furry. That seems wrong to me. I think it's Fury. She's really cool, and I'm totally expecting her to do some uncomfy things as the book continues, and I'm definitely suspicious of her as a murderer. That's another issue completely. I also really, really like Rune, I guess is how you say his name, Bryce's stepbrother. The last chapter I read was his chapter, and I was so into it, and I think the whole entire like shadow control thing is so freaking cool. So hopefully we just get more of them and less of Bryce and Hunt, because they are so boring. Like, I don't care what they have to say to me. And I know that I'm supposed to be rooting for the two of them to get together eventually, and I can't care enough about either of them to bother rooting either one way or the other. I'm gonna try to annotate. It's Wednesday, my dudes. It is hot. It is a hot day. We hit 99 today, which, like, we're not supposed to hit the 90s in August. So I have been doing lots of reading. I am officially at page 300 in Crescent City. I've been taking notes, been having fun with it. I am officially on page 400 though of Legacy of Steel. I need to go back and add some tabs to this, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really loving it. Some crazy shit happened this morning while I was reading it, and I'm shooketh. Don't know what I really need to be saying about these books. It is so hot I cannot think. So it's taken me a little bit to get this package because unfortunately the post office keeps delivering my mail to my neighbors. So I had to go around and knock on some people's doors and try to find my package. But I finally found it, and I finally got in touch with the post office, and they said it's going to stop. Let's open this bad boy up. So I already know what this is. I have a few things that are gonna be coming over the next like week. So some will be in this vlog, some will be in the next vlog. And this one is my book club's pick for August. Yeah, it's already August 11th. And we are going to be reading this book, and I just now received it because we kind of changed our minds at the last minute. I talk about it in my last week's vlog. And this book is big. So we are going to be reading The Kingdom of Liars. I'm really excited. This is great condition for a used book. Close to 600 pages. Nice. Yeah, it's 596 pages. It's thick. This will be what I'm picking up next. I'm really excited about this. Can I tell you what it's about? I knew what it was about at one point. Let me read you really briefly what the summary is. Oh my god, I don't know how to read. Michael is branded a traitor as a child because of the murder of the king's 9-year-old son by his father, David Kingman. 10 years later, Michael knows something is there in the hot white emptiness of his mind that can clear his family's name. In a world where memory is the coin that pays for magic, the Hollows is ruled by a royal family that is spiraling into a self-serving dictatorship, just as a gun-wielding rebel clash against the country's magical trained militia. So that's right. So this is a magic system where like money and memories kind of coexist, and magic and all that good stuff. Nothing more to say about that book because I will not be picking that up at least until next week's vlog, because I legit need to make it through both of these before anything else happens. finished my first book for my catch-up week, and unfortunately this is the last day that I'm going to be vlogging for this week, but I finished a book. I ended up finishing Legacy of Steel. Oh, can I? Nice! Scoot over. Finish Legacy of Steel. I loved this book. It doesn't want to stand. Finish Legacy of Steel. I really loved it. This is the sequel to Legacy of Ash. I think I've mentioned all of that before. This book takes place right after Legacy of Ash finishes, and it's kind of the war between the gods and other gods and the people and other people and the people and the gods, and you just really open up this world a lot more in this book, and you get to be twisted and turned so much more. Matthew Ward is really good at just like twisting the hell out of what you think can actually happen in a book. For half of this book, I thought a character was alive and thriving and doing their best, and then halfway through I find out no, the character's been dead this entire time. He did it multiple times, not necessarily in that way, but just really threw me for a loop. I'm so excited to be adding this to my shelf next to Legacy of Ash, and Legacy of Light will be arriving next week, so you'll probably get to see me unwrap that then. I, honest to God, feel like this book concluded perfectly, and like I don't even have any questions left over for why I would read the third book, which oftentimes means that I won't pick up the third book, which sucks. It's really hard to get through these. They're thick, they're dense, the language is definitely like higher brow than a lot of other fantasy books, but I love them. I love Matthew Ward's writing. I love what he like does as a writer. He's so diverse, which is great. There are so many different types of characters, and it's embraced and welcomed and accepted in his world, and it's such a good, refreshing thing to read in an adult fantasy series. I love these characters and I love this world so much, but I don't know what's gonna happen in book 3. So it all kind of depend on the plot of book 3. I'll have to read the summary when it gets here. I was very excited about finishing this up. I literally finished it up on my car ride home from work today, and I have just arrived home. So I haven't put much thought into anything past that. Need to keep working on Crescent City. I am still on page 300. I'm hoping to get to page 400 tonight because that'll put me at the 50% mark. Oh my god, let's go over here really quickly. I forgot to update the board when I finished Legacy of Steel. So I read Legacy of Steel for Animal on the cover. It does not get me a bingo for removing it, but I just have to buy a wanted item in order to get a bingo, and I'm so ready for that. The board's looking really good. I'm really excited about what's left on here. Nervous about having to finish all of these in like the next 2 weeks, but I think I can do it. Well, I don't think I can finish all of them, but I think I can do some reading and get at least some bingos done. That's it. That's all I have to say right now. You guys are great. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know down below what you're currently reading. I'd love to talk about it. I'm currently reading Crescent City, and let me tell you, it's a big book. It's trying to kill me. I release videos every Monday and Friday, and if you want to stay on track, you can subscribe down below. And in the meantime, I don't remember how my outro goes, but until next time, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye.